Yeah, the boys round here drinking that ice cold beer, talking about girls, talking about trucks, running them red dirt roads out, kicking up dust. The boys round here sending up a prayer to the man upstairs.
What are we looking at today? We're going to look at XTRA Pale Ale from Surly. It weighs in at 4.5%. Lame. But it is beer. And beer is more available than toilet paper, at least for some of us. Got this one from David Brown and Bunky. Smells very citrusy. Cheers. Kind of reminds me a little bit like the Two-Hearted Ale, but completely different. It has that it sort of has, I mean, the Two-Hearted Ale goes in the direction of a little heavier on the grapefruit side, which, again, I made this comment. I just kind of knew the beers that Ed liked, and he always told me he never liked the really heavy-hitting IPAs and that grapefruity. Well, it's like, it says grapefruit right on the damn bottle of that one. This is coming off kind of like an IPA, but maybe not as robust on the end, but definitely very citrusy. That citra hop, very tasty. Not really overdone. Kind of like a daily drinker with just a little bit more of a fruitaceous punch. First was Gunwild 1 saying, "First again, bitches." Ben N, second. Harmarsh 2 says, "Ben, you're number 1. Harmarsh says 2, being third. Steve, fuck it, 69th. Harmarsh, holy, the thumbnail babe and brew babe, both are gorgeous. I think I've gone through my whole rotation. Well, yeah, I know I would have, because I don't have 46 whiskey drinking hot chicks. Those are a little bit more difficult to find. I think I've used that one before, and it's gonna keep on repeating. J-Dog is here at the office. Poco Loco, first to not give a fuck. Poco Loco, boobies. Poco Loco, I might have to skip this one and go beat off. Mike Gillian says 7th. He had a video up today reviewing the latest tack pack. I was a little curious about the action rod in there. No, Joey, this is not what you think it is. But and another Bastion knife. Overall, for the money, it didn't seem like too bad of a box this month. Mike says here, cheers all. Harmarsh 2, Miss Bomey's reaction is priceless. Yeah, that was pretty good. Frontline says top 10. Matt Davis says beer. Excellent. So, thank you for channeling me back to the right side. Dave Brown says clean underpants, but still at work. Poco Loco with a novel. The virus is very interesting. China was straight executing whistleblowers and didn't even try to hide it. When the media sources, both local and international, investigated, China revoked their media credentials. Countries neighboring China have little to no reported infections, and yet every country that affects China's income has been affected. Who's profiting from this virus? If you look at China's economy, it shot right back up, and now they're buying gold and other commodities at rock bottom prices. Doesn't that make you wonder what's really going on? Yes, it does. Yes, it very much does, Poco. Tomorrow Money, I was here, but I need sleep. See you tomorrow. Bad Billy 429. McCullen 12 is one of my favorites. Good choice. Yeah, I know the Whiskey Vault guys are like, it's supposedly like one of the most, it's probably one of the number one most purchased and enjoyed scotches, and I can rightfully see why. I was very happy with it, and I would do a shot of it right now, but there's none left. I got a couple packages. Actually, maybe I'll open this one up first, because this one actually got delivered yesterday sometime and spent the night out on the porch. And it's, I have no idea. It does, I know it's not something that I got. It did come through eBay, but it says Ebomi, and I don't order things for myself like that. Oh. Maybe this one was supposed to say in care of David Brown. David, I think we got one of your packages. Ooh, got a bunch of the ones that both of us really like. The ones that have the little padding area on them. Don't know what that is. Yeah, it looks like some pretty good ones in here. A dry ease. Looks like someone just did a office desk drawer dump. Hey, this one also for Ebomi. Is from Domestic Life Concepts. Again, not something that I ordered. Oh, I know. Use the sharper side. Actually, it cuts pretty damn good when you use that side. Especially this knife. Oh, more ammo. Excellent. With God's Good News. Hey, I got nothing against God, but when he actually brings some firepower, that's pretty impressive. Legends. Okay, thank you, whoever sent that. I keep forgetting to go look. I know the caps can't be. I mean, unless there's been a run on caps, we just never know. Bogo Local, the public works system in California sucks so much dick that I grew up being prepared, so I haven't even gotten close to going through my normal shopping stuff. And that's exactly where probably most of us are. You know, it's like, I didn't run out and go hysterical and buy a bunch of stuff. I mean, me and Christine went to the store. We weren't able to get a bunch of our normal stuff, you know. Again, like I've already said, you know, we go through this, we go through that. When stuff starts to get a little bit low, just in case something comes up, because neither one of us really trust our government, society, and how all those will mingle together in event of something. And this is just more proof of that. Like I've already said, I don't want to see anybody getting sick of anything, but the fact is the flu kills people, especially if you already have underlying illnesses, respiratoa problems, blah, blah, blah. I don't understand the complete freak out. And again, like Pogo Loco says, follow the money. As soon as people started putting two and two together, that's when they started their bullshit stories about, oh, the military brought it over here to us. That's how it got here. Righto, Rocket Man. J-Dog, 26 minutes and 20 seconds. Bet you never heard that before. Let me guess. It had something to do with the size of my pickle. I don't even know why I even do this. It's considerably bigger than I thought it was going to be. Gillian, hello, lovely Christine. Food Master 2, I have arrived. Rich? Poco Loco. I never did understand why jerking off a gun when an intruder came in the house was a good thing. Neither do I. Mike, the song yesterday is for Ed and Scott. Yes, I did get that. Happy trails to you from the great Roy Rogers. John Solar, well, that was awesome. Super pickle. Cobra, here for roll call. J-Dog, I was asking more than $100 a roll, but that was a joke. At a certain point in time, you probably pull that off. Harmarsh 2, yes, or Eric, yes, Opie on Sons of Anarchy was my favorite as well. Yeah, they should have never, you know, when they killed Opie. If Opie dies, we riot. I worked with both of Kim Coates, who played Tig, brothers at Safeway. One was a complete whack job. Well, if they're anything like Kim Coates, I absolutely loved Tig's character. Then Kim Coates has gone on to do a few other things. He was a mob guy in I think that ended up being 2 seasons recently that was on Netflix, and it was based out of Canada about basically about the mob and its influences, and I thought that was very good. But yeah, his character as Tig was definitely touched. But again, I think he did a good job with it. Andy R. Hey Eric, great video. Thank you, my friend. I'm buying this one tomorrow if the store is still open. Most things are closing here in Michigan. GM closed, schools closed, bars closed, drinking or dining closed. The shit is crazy, man. Yeah, it is. And, yeah, okay. Again, like I've said, if we going to do this next year when the virus, the typical flu comes back around, because like I said, the high-end estimate from last year from the CDC itself was 57,000 people died from the flu. I mean, there was no shutting down the whole fucking country for that. I mean, again, being safe than sorry, fine, I get all that, but at a certain point in time, and it's working so well. Harmarsh 2, Outro Babe 10, hashtag save the pink taco. Yeah, absolutely. J-Dog, took about 15 minutes for my check to go through at 9:30 a.m. today. I'm assuming that you talking about your firearm purchase. Yeah, it's I don't know. For me, the computer just sat there it said researching, and finally I just said, fuck all of you. I'm not gonna stand here and continue to wait. At a certain point in time, if they don't hear back, they just automatically have to release it to me. After all, it is my gun. Technically, because it transferred back. I guess Nate was 100% right when he says, well, technically it's our gun. Scotsman, says Whiskey. One nice part about easy drinking 4.5% beer is you can have a few of them before the train comes off the track. And after all, this brew review would be known as a show prep. And the theme, which I may be able to get this, I'll have to see when I get upstairs, because I know I know I don't want this to be as long as yesterday. So we already opened up the pens and the reload. So we're not gonna make this long and drawn out. It is a Friday, Scotsman. Haven't had a chance to watch the video, but I did see the feed. Scotsman told me that the missing part, actually there's still two, I still have to place an order for a, trying to think, I gotta look through the stuff. I need a lower parts kit to put the 24-inch build back on the market here. The thing about the 24-inch, which the whole thing about what I was really looking forward to is building a 24-inch rifle based around the DRG manufacturing stuff. But DRG manufacturing doesn't have a 24-inch barrel in the arsenal. And since they do have a barrel, I figured, well, why don't we take this opportunity to try out their barrel and see how it works up against another one. But I still want to get the 24-inch build put back together. And now it would have, depending on what I end up putting in it, it's not going to have as nice of components. It will have a 24-inch barrel versus a 16-inch barrel. And it'll have, like a $280 scope versus $1,000 scope on it. But that would be a nice comparison to see, because unlike what Joey goes through at the truck stop, in the case of rifle barrels, length doesn't always equate to accuracy. And the case in point was when I was on the phone with Ben at JP Enterprises. Mine is a 22-inch barrel, and they have a 24-inch is their longest 308 barrel. And because now I don't know in what scenario I guess you'd even want to go with the 24-inch. I guess if you don't do the research like Christopher Alone Company, Ben informed me after doing continuous long-range research with the barrels, they just found that or 20-inch barrel. They found that the barrel that I have was inherently more accurate than the longer barrel due to harmonics. And sometimes when you watch these rifles being fired in ultra slow motion, you would probably you'd probably shit. I just watched drawing a blank on the name of his channel. He was one of those bigger channels that I was watching when I first got into uploading videos and watching other channels, and he like disappeared for like 3 or 4 years, and he's finally back starting to put up some videos, and he did ultra slow motion shooting. I don't know if it was the IWI Tavor or something similar to that, and in slow motion you'd be like going, oh my god, I can't even believe that you can even hit anything with some of these guns when you actually watch what goes down in slow motion. I mean, shit, if you watch someone shooting a BMG 50 like the Barrett or something like that, you gotta wonder why the lenses just don't pop out of the scopes. I mean, that snap and what happens when the gun is going off is insane. And that itself, if you watch some of these barrels, so that's why I ended up going with the barrel that I went with. I went with it because I was, at the time I was trying to, I was getting together and spent quite a bit of time on the phone with Ben at JP, and he's like, wanting to know exactly what I wanted the rifle for. And again, I guess I don't even understand if the 20-inch barrel is inherently more accurate than the 24-inch barrel, then why would you ever want to burden yourself with the longer barrel? If you're actually going to be using, if you had that rifle built for you for hunting, again, if I was actually a person that went out and did some big game hunting, I would, right now, between that and the JP, I would probably bring the Mosin. It's just as accurate, and it weighs less. But either situation is not going to happen because I am not one of those hunter types. Again, if you are, more power to you. Enjoy your passion. We live in America, for God's sakes. If you want to go sit in a deer stand when it's 35 degrees below zero and wait for Bambi to show up so you can shoot it, then drag it out of the woods and then prepare it and all that. That's why it's called America, and that's why we stop libtards from having power, or we try, before we don't have those rights. Me? I just always think back to my good friend Mark with a C. He spent like $5,000 on a gun and ammo and a guide, an airline, and food and everything to go out and get himself an elk. And I was giving him shit one day at work, and he's just like, sometimes we just have to do it. We have to do it to put food on the table. I'm like, for $5,000, I can go to the grocery store and put an awful lot of food on my table. And then that particular year, after spending all that money and going out to Montana or Colorado, wherever the hell he went, he didn't even see an elk to shoot, let alone get one. This might have to be my drink of choice tonight. Now, if someone like NIHAP can get the Macallan 12 for significantly less than the Paul John, there ain't nothing wrong with that Macallan 12. But now, if what he was telling me when I went to search out what the average cost was for the Macallan 12, exceptional, very good, really liked it, but it didn't get, if these two scotches are sorry, that's not a scotch, that's a heavily peated whiskey, my bad. So we'll just call them whiskeys. If those two whiskeys, one being a Scotch whiskey, one just being heavily peated, if the two of them were roller coasters, the Macallan 12 is just a really nice grade up. You get to the top and you come down and you get a little butterfly in your stomach and it's all good, and then the ride is over. The Paul John, that shit like from the guy from the movie Top Gun, that whiskey right there is gonna turn you, it's gonna flip you, and it's gonna roll you. This is just exceptional. And this is me not making this go an hour. Matt Davis, loving my Glock 27. I really like mine. I carried it for a long time. Did a few mods here and there. I actually have a Crimson Trace laser for the 27. Can't remember if it worked for the 26 and the 27. Should, but I'm not positive on that. But the only thing I didn't like is, it's a double stack. It's a chunky little monkey there, and when you put the Crimson Trace laser on it, it just kind of felt like you were, a 2x4 plus is what it felt like. But no, I like my 27. If I had a chance to go back and do it again, and the only offering on the table was the 26 or the 27, I probably would pick the 26. Just because of capacity, and I feel 9mm is just a wicked ass round from a lot of offerings these days. But I'm still in the hunt, but not quite sure I have something I want to sell to make it happen for a 29. I'm a 10mm freak, so. Fanboy just doesn't get it done. Real cold burnout, awesome super pickle reaction. Cheap old gun guy, your wife seems to be ecstatic over the new super pickle. Are things not going well at home in the pickle department? Well, if you saw by the size, there is definitely some competition. I mean, I'm not even gonna lie. I can't compete with the. Technically speaking, though, that's from a show on Adult Swim. That is the closest representation, and I like the fact that. The super pickle was an actual thing. If you heard her talking about it, it was an actual thing. I don't need any help in this department. Let's just okay for that. So at the time, the super pickle that I got, and again, I guess I missed the fine print that it was going to be, embarrassing to your manhood when you opened the package and realized how big this particular pickle was. But this was just, I was on my way home and I was listening to Christine talk about her damn Caprice, the super pickle, and the reaction that John was getting, and I did a little, I just did a quick look-see on Amazon, and so the Super Pickle, that was, technically speaking, that was a complete fail looking for that, because what I got was close but no cigar to what the real Super Pickle looks like. And so I just, I called John and I said, hey, I found something that, at least to get a reaction as soon as possible, being that it's coming off of Amazon, it was also very fast. It was like less than, whenever, you can go back and look at when her show aired. It was at that moment in time that I ordered the thing, but yeah. A real cool burnout, stacking the odds and saying, hi, Matt. You have to work on that social distancing. Jolson, this video needs more cowbell and shots. Terticia says more cowbell can be contagious. Jolson says, that's a risk I'm willing to take. And I don't know why. I apologize if I have sniffles. It's like, came down here and I was just doing fine, and all of a sudden my sinus is just, I can feel it. It feels like somebody is tickling the back of my eyeballs. So, cowbell. So, in 3, 2, 1. And shots. And if memory serves, the very last thing I did was reload. I believe both of them are, both of these are ready to go, so. Now both are empty. Set the security system off. Zeus, a minute 30, the weasel will probably throwing shit at his monitor. Laugh out loud. Cheers, deplorables. Zeus. Cheap old gun guy, something to think about. Why does the largest country in the world, Russia, have only about 200 people infected with the virus? Things that make you go, Well, I could be wrong, but right off the bat, as soon as Russia heard that this was a problem with the little nips, they closed their borders. And they didn't have to worry when Russia just said, fuck you, we're closing the borders. They didn't have some cocky yodeler in the Ninth Circuit Court in Hawaii counteracting the direction of the commander-in-chief of the country. Zeus, she loved it, laugh out loud. Jolson, that's Pickle Rick. Yeah, just don't tell anyone, Jolson. Zeus, your neighbors think there is a ghost that shoots cat guns and rings cowbells every day. They can't even sell the house with all the hauntings. Hey Google, can you please stop the music? Thank you.
You're welcome.
I was talking to you. If I was talking to you, I'd have my dick in my hand. Jolson, the cowbells were out of sync, so there's room for improvement. Try again. No. Zeus, cheaper than dirt, lost many millions, and they don't have the intelligence to know it. I'll never forget either. Stephen Hobson led Pickle Rick with a link to a YouTube video, which I'm sure is Pickle Rick. Zeus, red flagged over corn chips. Damn, that's the next level. Wade, I guess folks are getting scared around here. Yesterday, the governor closed the schools till April 17th, and less than an hour later, the phone blew up with people ordering multiple loaves of bread and casseroles. I called a couple of friends, and all ammo is evaporating from the stores. My wife was asked if she was worried, and she smiled and said, "Nope, I've got a Wade." That's right, because Wade's probably sitting somewhere right now. Let me guess. Do you have the high power on your side and a AR-15 right next to you? Stephen, if Joe Biden was the other end of your Google speaker and heard you say you were looking for a 12-year-old, he'd be at your house as fast as you can say pedophile. Wade, did you hear about all the politicians that sold off millions of dollars in stocks prior to the corona crash? Insider trading much? MP Gunther 1 says, Feinstein, yeah, look 'em up. Oh, I'm sure. Stephen, again, I can't remember if I ever sent you a number 5 trigger spring. The stock one is number 4. If I did, try it as well and see what you think. You also can't beat the price of the Serpico along with 4 different styles and multiple colors. The triggers are made less than 5 miles from me. Well, I can't say enough about Serpico, and I think it's really cool that they're American made, and I mean they're close to Steve. My hollow Les Point. I've talked to you about your number of views too.
Fake news, fake news, fake news.
Joey, caramel nutty leather sounds like you're yelling your safe word. Joey, Ms. B's laugh in 1.5 speed is frickin' hilarious. Great. Scotsman, minute 36, much better since it is a flask and not a beer. Still could have shaved off 30 seconds, though, just saying. Well, you know, with a whiskey review, there's a lot more that takes place than just open it and drink it. And if you watch some of these whiskey reviews, I'm in fucking stellar territory. I mean, shit, I've watched some stuff where it was like, are you ever gonna drink it? You know? Scotsman, fuck Wildtech, or whoever the fuck, or however the fuck you spell it. Yeah, you're close. He gets it done. Stephen, Wildtech and Olight must be owned by the same Asians. That I don't know. Stephen, I've had a bottle of the Sazerac rye, used it for Sazeracs, laugh out loud. My wife and I like the old Overholt straight rye better. Have 2 bottles on the fridge, and it's also cheaper. Okay. Now I'm up to like 4 different kinds of rye. Stephen, in order for you to save money for ammo, I'd be willing to allow you to not make so many brew reviews. Maybe review some water, milk, or even tea. Well, that just doesn't even sound like fun, Steve, but I appreciate it. Steve, so, what firearm/ammo are you and Christine going to buy with that kind of coronavirus stimulus? You know, I'll get back to you on that. So someone put out a video, and it looked like a legitimate newscast, so I don't know if this is Saturday Night Live or where the hell this came from, but they said that the first round of stimulus checks are going out, and they went to the reporter in the street, and there was a line of non-white people waving their checks in line at a liquor store. It's I have no idea where that came from, but it was funnier than hell. Clyde says, Macallan. Clyde says, it's Macallan, just Macallan, laugh out loud, I am a Scottish snob. Okay. EMT Railfan, a wolf in sheep's clothing. He unfortunately is our governor. Smile Money. Hey, social distancing means no joint reviews with Matt. That is a safe thing to think about. Okay, where are we? Sharky. That pickle is super cool. Took me a while to spot the Century Arms rifle. That Desert Tan blended in perfectly with the countertop. Yeah, it was pretty invisible. Sharky MCK still looking good. Yeah, I know. I'm Smile Money. I'm breaking the rules because I haven't brought it out to retest the non-bent to shit spring along with the polish job and that, but I still still got some backup. Sharky, yes, the HK slap on the Century Arms is the best slap. Well, apart from slapping the butt on the outro, babe. Damn. MP Gunther 1. Caramel, nutty, leather is maybe a good thing in any order. MP Gunther 1. Hi, Christine. She's never gonna put the pickle down. Oh, the fucking pickle is sitting on our couch watching TV with her. I shit you not. Smile Money. They just told people that masks didn't work as a preventative measure because they wanted them for themselves. If they didn't work, why do doctors, nurses, and emergency responders wear them? I give them 4 Pinocchios for that propaganda. Carpe diem. You're pronouncing it correctly. Thank you. And how many times have I said that? He's like, fine, you're fucking saying it right. MP Gunther 1. If you hadn't heard a good rumor by 10, start one. We've had that saying here at work. It's like being with a bunch of old women. MP Gunther 1. Yikes. The outro, babe. Yeah. DFC. DFC checking in. DFC. Okay. I'm just gonna tote this along for the Two-Hearted Ale Club. I gotta go take an antihistamine or something because at this moment I gotta watch what I take too because I don't really want to be drowsy and be inadequate. I mean, I really just can't assume that Jim is gonna talk through the entire Locked and Loaded show. Where do I put Surly's XTRA Pale Ale? Weighing in at 4.5%. It's bright. Yep. Citrusy and hoppy. Yeah, it's all of the above. It just doesn't quite have that little extra thwink on your testicles that an IPA would have. So it does make it, I mean, I see this as a really good, lawnmower beer. Overall, would I get it again? Yeah, I don't know. I do appreciate that David Brown and Bunky added this to the collection, so I had one more day. Actually, of the variety pack, the one that's left in there is Furious. I know I've reviewed Furious, but just for the sake of, just for the fun of it, this is a seasonal Furious, so I'll probably have to take another look at it. Like I said, it's a lawnmower beer. It's sitting out back enjoying not seeing snow back there. Kind of a beer. So overall, it's enjoyable. I'd give it a 7. Why not? Okay, going to the Two-Hearted Ed Club to the sunny slopes of long ago, and never forget, Justin. J-Dog's got Heart Club, Mr. Holster. So Heart Club, Sunny Slopes. Mike says Two-Hearted Club time. Smile Money, show prep. Nice. Gunwild, damn, I forgot to watch the rest of the review. Oh well. Cheers, bitches. Gunwild, I think Christine loves her super pickle. Good job, boys. You know, I think she made a comment once about the car and the color, but never elaborated on this whole super pickle thing. I mean, what? I mean, we're married, for God's sakes. We are sharing a life together. And I find out about the fucking super pickle via a blog radio show? What the fuck next? Was fucking funny. That blog radio show is, I mean, the two of them have awesome chemistry together. Christine constantly says John is the older brother she never had, and she goes, I know how my younger brother is, and I know that the giving shit comes to a level because she's the older one, so she gives more shit to Mike. But John just gives it to her, and the two of them. Oh, that blog radio show about the fucking super pickle. I thought John was gonna hurt himself. He was laughing so hard, and it was like I literally on the way home, once I got over the bridge, because I couldn't stop on the bridge, I actually pulled over because I never want to text, or actually I wasn't texting, I was actually searching Amazon. But I spent a considerable amount of time trying to find a frickin' super pickle, and like I said, the one that we got, that'll obviously it worked. So Scotsman says whiskey. Oh, Scotsman. Oh, Scotsman. Oh, yeah. Show prep. We better put this back. I don't want to take this upstairs. I mean, there's a little bit of difference. Nihap told me that he was able to find that in the $70 range. Oh, I tell you, again, I guess I don't even know, if you're the kind of person that you just buy one kind of beer all the time, like next door, Bush, or lately he's been, thank God, he's been getting Coors Light. Oh, fuck. The shit he was getting for a little while, it was like, I think it was called Mountain Piss. He was getting it, first of all, he's getting it at the convenience store, and for us, you cannot get high octane beer at the convenience store, so it's 3.2. So he finally starts going to the liquor store and buying Coors Light, and it was like, oh my God! First of all, the Coors Light was like 1,000% better than the Corona. I guess, and that's a funny thing too, because the sales are so far down on it. It's like, come on, you dumb motherfuckers. It's called Corona beer. The virus isn't in there. But all I can say is just like, if you hear me say something about a beer and it sounds good and you can get it, give it a try. Branch out, give different stuff a try, because, at one point in time, if I went to the liquor store and bought, God, it almost hurts to say this now, but not too long ago, if I had a little extra money in my hand and I was going to go treat myself to something at the liquor store, to me, Weiser, Canadian, is it 15-year, 12 or 15-year Weiser would be like a treat. Getting some Jameson, maybe a little Maker's Mark. And this little experiment, NIHAP, has completely destroyed that, because I would rather just wait, save up a little extra money, and get something like, something like the Lafroig or the Ardbeg, or, and right now, knowing that the Ardbeg and the Paul John, now in my area, if I went and bought the Ardbeg, it's only going to be a little bit cheaper than what NIHAP can get the Paul John for. So that's awesome. Like I said, I always want to have some of the Ardbeg, because the Ardbeg is an Isla, and the Islas just have something explosively awesome about them. But that Paul John, in that price point, there's nothing that touches it. Seriously, there's nothing that touches it. Maybe, one of these times or soon, maybe tomorrow, I should pour a little bit of the Paul John and the Octomore, the Berkladdie, the Octomore from Berkladdie, and pour a little bit of them side by side and actually enjoy them. I don't want to do it right. I would not want to do it right now. It's like all of a sudden I just feel like someone's put their fingers in my nose. Smile Money stands as the last comment until I hit the button. Oh, you were held for a firearm transfer. It's not you. If the feds can have a no-fly list, I'm sure Minnesota can have a no-buy list for Eric. Yeah. I heard that day that everybody was on the no-buy list. It's too bad. Actually, I guess that's good for guns. That just means because of this little thing, even more of them are out there. What really scares me is the amount of first-time purchases. Inexperienced first-time purchases. Like, standing there going, what does this button do? I'm like, oh my god. This is like an accident waiting to happen. And this is something that I definitely don't get behind. Yeah, I like to see the mass. I like to see the numbers going up. I like to see the fact that Minnesota has just, bam! That would be Ammo Head. Bam! Matter of fact, pow! Thank you. The concealed carry permits being issued has just blown the fuck up here in Minnesota. So it's like, that's just more people in our camp. Now that you have that firearm and you're going to buy your, $35 box of 50 rounds or 25 rounds. It should be 50 rounds for $35. And you're going to get out and you're going to enjoy that gun, and you're going to realize the joy and the freedom and the self-preservation that it offers you when your government tries to take your rights. That these people have joined our camp, but it sure make me feel better to know, it's like I've heard the horror stories. I mean, my buddy Jason, who teaches concealed carry classes, these people walk in and it's like, we just bought this. So, oh my god. yeah, the pointy, and you want to aim it towards the target and never towards me, the instructor. So, yeah. I when was that? What day is today? I believe if they don't hear from them, I'll probably be able to go pick it up tomorrow. Smart Money, congratulations! You stand as the last comment. I want to say thanks. Cheers. You probably won't be seeing this before Locked and Loaded. Because squirrels ate my cable line. I don't know if that's true or not, but yeah. So if you want to see a comparison tomorrow, of course, if coronavirus sharing buddy, because I'm sure I'll get what time we doing the review, like, stay in your own fucking house. We're social distancing. I'm sure that will go over well. Either tomorrow or Sunday, we're gonna take a little look at the Octomore and the Paul John side by side, but it won't be the only thing we're doing. So, guys, hope I saw you over at Locked and Loaded, because the whole thing was talking about preparing for it and what you're doing. And on that note, cheers.